I'm here with NFL running back Lorenzo Booker. Lorenzo, you're a Southern California guy, but you went to Florida State. How did you pick Florida State?
That was just my squad, man. You know, everybody has their favorite teams, and when I saw Peter Warrick take it to Virginia Tech and the Hokies, that was it. I mean, the light bulb came on, so to speak. So I was going to Tallahassee long before I stood on that podium and said it. My heart was there 2 years before that. So it was a great decision, best time of my life. Wouldn't change it.
What was the toughest college environment you ever had to walk into and play in front of?
Definitely Gainesville. You know, that 100,000 people and the stadium is right behind you. And to make matters worse, it's a rivalry. So I can remember Chris Ricks calling a play in the huddle, and then we go to the line and the guy's 5 yards in front of me and I can't hear a single thing. I mean, so, you know, it's one of those situations where you had better know what you're doing because you're not going to be able to ask.
We're in the middle of the off season right now. Lorenzo, take me through a typical workout for you in the gym.
Well, I'm a little older now. I mean, 29 is kind of
up there in running back
yeah,
years.
Exactly. So, you know, I try to stay away from the traditional squats and power cleans and really try to, you know, take a lot of stress off my joints. I have to say at least half of the off season is used just me trying to fix my body and whatever else is going on, and then the rest of it is really just trying to build my muscle back up. But I do a lot of stretching, and you know, the majority of my working out is TRX bands, and I use my own body weight.
What's your typical pregame meal? We all got to eat.
I'm a pasta guy. You know, that's my favorite food is Italian food. So, and I don't eat meat. I'm a vegetarian, so I go in pretty light.
Colin Kaepernick made headlines recently for wearing a Miami Dolphins hat. This is a San Francisco 49ers quarterback wearing a Miami Dolphins hat. Should he not wear a Dolphins hat?
It matched with what he had on.
Yeah, that's what I say. It matched his outfit. It's all about style, right?
Now, the day the guy is not out there playing like he was playing, well, then I'd say, you know, you have something to worry about. Maybe he's enjoying Miami a little more than just, you know, matching his clothing. But I mean, that guy is playing as good as anybody, if you ask me. And you know, again, you got to wear what matches.
You're an NFL veteran now. Let me ask you about Aaron Hernandez. This is a tragic situation for everybody involved. He's sitting in a jail cell right now in Massachusetts, 23 years old. He just signed a $40 million contract, threw it all away. How does something like this happen?
Man, you know, it's terrible. I mean, obviously the first thing you think of is the Lloyd family and all of his friends, and because that guy is not coming back. You know, I mean, but I mean, honestly, it looks like Aaron's an idiot. I mean, you have all of this stuff at your feet, and not that money is you know, the crown jewel to happiness, but it's a hell of a down payment. I mean, most people spend their lives trying to have, you know, opportunities that he's already gotten at a young age like 23. So all of the evidence points to him just making a terrible decision. You know, I think, you know, you'd have to look at his track record even before that, and so when you do that, it's no surprise that you look at the situation that he's in right now. But, you know, it's terrible. Again, I feel bad for the Lloyd family. I feel terrible for his daughter, who's got to grow up without a father now, and that's something that he's going to have to live with for the rest of his life.
Lorenzo, what was your welcome to the NFL moment? Every player has one. What was yours?
You know what? It took a few games for me, to be honest with you. We were playing the Ravens, and this was probably my third game. And it was 4th and 1. It was supposed to be a quarterback sneak. Haloti Ngata was taking that away, and they called a speed option. Now, me being a small, quick guy, I would rather get that yard and run all the way to the sideline and get out of bounds as opposed to running head up with Ray Lewis, which is what I ended up having to do. So I figured, you know, look, I'm going to bite down on this mouthpiece. I had a couple of, you know, images in my head about my son. I may not see him again after this. But I ended up going head up with him and spinning, and he went flying, and I picked up 4 more yards, and I thought, okay, I belong here. You know, so I wouldn't try that again. I'm glad to go 1-for-1 with Ray Lewis and chalk it up.
Lorenzo, what do you offer an NFL team? If they want to sign you, what do you offer them right now?
Elusiveness. You know, I think versatility is my main contribution to a football team, especially being able to add the return game to my arsenal just a few years ago. So, you know, I think you'll get a hell of a return man and a guy who can come down and catch as good or better than most running backs in the NFL. So, you know, I'd say my versatility in the return game and being able to create mismatches on third down.
Lorenzo, great talking to you. Thanks very much.
Anytime.